What is good, my friends? It's your homie Twitty, and I'm back at it with another reaction. BTS Army, we're back at it. We got another one. You guys have been requesting this one like crazy. We're gonna do BTS outro tier live performance. I hope the audio is good on this. I tried to upgrade the picture size of the video so you guys can see the lyrics a little bit better, the captions on the screen. Yeah, I had a couple people say something about that, and I'm gonna do that for you guys so you guys can see it better and rock with me and read along with me. So yeah, I don't know what this song is about specifically. I seen that they play on tier and tear, so it's outro tier or outro tear. I hear see they play on both, so we'll see where they go with this one. I'm very interested to see. I mean, I've had an overwhelming amount of people request this song, so let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up on the screen for you guys. I'll have the dual set Bang 10 lyrics up for any references, and then I actually have a Google Translate of the lyrics just for extra context. Dual set can be very literal sometimes, so I just, trying to cover all my bases. I know there are some captions on the video. Not sure what those are, so we're just going to see how this goes. Just going to check out all the lyrics, check out the live performance, and yeah, we're going to talk about the song. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go. Turn it to 1080. It's a very cool ambiance. Oh, they're coming out of the ground. Holy shit. Look at all those people, dude. Oh, just off rip, I gotta talk about just the for the lack of a better term, the swag that he just has coming out off rip for this song, just the aggression, just the just the drip to the words. Even though I don't know Korean, that is some swaggy rap right there, dude. For real. Just some hard, real stuff is what it sounds like, it's real passion in those lyrics, because he said, goodbye is tearing me up, without realizing it, it blooms over my eyes. He's talking about crying, Oh, I felt those words. And he could have been saying it as far as it's tearing me up, and I know in these lyrics it's actually even different than the other two sets of lyrics that I have, which is always just so funny that all the lyrics are so varied. He said, goodbyes are for me a tear without even knowing it blooms around my eyes, so goodbyes really hurt. And they do, man. God, they hurt sometimes, and then even not being able to say goodbye is the worst thing in the world sometimes. I've had some friends that I was not able to say goodbye to, and I just hope that maybe, one day in the far distant future that I see him again. Oh. Okay. Wow, there was a lot to break down in just that little bit there, like to be honest, because he said the words that I could not bring myself to say flow down and lingering regret crawls over my face, So like just like I was talking about, like the things, like sometimes not being able to say goodbye, is the worst thing, and then sometimes being able to say goodbye. I mean, yeah. Like not being able to say goodbye and having things that you wish that you said is like the worst feeling in the world. He said, "To me, you were once my dear, but now you're merely a bitter beer." So, like, he's also talking about it, and like I'm talking about it from like relationship of friends. Like he's talking about like a relationship to another, another person, and just talking about that aspect of it. Which I mean, I know that I know that feeling all too well too. To have planned forever with somebody, and they talked forever with you, and they acted like they wanted to grow with you, and then to find out that it was all a lie, or that they weren't being faithful, or they weren't being truthful, and just I had all that love for you, and now when I think of you, you make me sick. You make my stomach churn. So that's what I feel like he's talking about here, and I can even hear the inflection of that in his tone of voice as he's spitting these words. you know um Definitely does a good job about putting his passion into his music, to the point where I can even tell on a live performance how passionate, like you can just hear it in the performance. Said my heart that's stained with belated self-loathing becomes empty even with pressing breeze. But I talked about like that bitterness, that you make me sick, you make me feel so empty, you make me feel hollow, you make me feel like everything was a lie. So then at the end of my play where breakup was a lie, the price that I had to pay came to me. If someone said they would turn back time for me, would I have been able to be a bit more honest? What is he saying here? Is he saying ask for time, dear, but no. Goodbye ended up coming to me is what I deserve at the end of my play acting full of lies. Ooh. So is he even maybe talking about his own guilt and his own shame about the fact that maybe he wasn't honest in a relationship? Man, there's so many. It's like I'm getting so many vibes from this, and just so much like just because like you think about it from your personal aspect, and you think about it from the aspect of the other person. Like there's so many layers and angles to this, like that it's just wow. He said, "My bare face that only I know." So he's talking about the inner person of himself. So he's even okay. So he's talking about his inner struggles, you know, and the fact that you know the goodbyes tearing him up because he couldn't be honest, because he couldn't say the things that he really wanted to say. He said, "My ugly and humble old friends within myself," is what Bang Jones said. We'll see. The way I know the ugly and pathetic old friends within me, so his demons, obviously, or even his other personas that he actually even talked about, because he talks about, to believe this is RM, he talks about like, you know, embracing the good, the bad, the ugly, and like it is the person that he is, it's real me. And no man, he's putting it all out there, and he's letting it be known that like he was at fault too, which, hey man, that's commendable, dude. Takes a lot of balls to be able to say something like that, to be able to look at it and like, I could say for myself, there's been relationships that I completely fucked up, and yeah, was I not the best person? Yep. Do I know, am I the only person that knows some of the things that I did? Yep. They eat me away? Yep. You know, um, because I know today I don't want to be that person anymore. I know that I want to be better. I know that I want to do great, good things, great things, put positivity into the world today. So that's like I feel like the song is so far about like internal struggles of just being human. Whoa, okay, so he said, would you still be able to love me again like before with that smile which you used to look at me? So he's like saying, if I was honest with you, if I really showed you me, if I really told you who I was and how I really felt about things, would you still look at me the same way that you used to? Would you still love me? Would you be able to smile at me with that smile that you used to smile when I lied to you? You know, these are real questions because, like, you know, it's hard to want to open up to somebody, you know, like, and that's the human aspect of it from his angle is that, like, no, these are normal things, like normal fears. Like, it's hard to open up with somebody. Like, I hope that you can find somebody that you can open up to fully and be yourself with. Like, I think everybody needs that in their life. Like, I think we get sick when we hide ourselves, like, you know, because we feel like we're not socially acceptable or morally acceptable, you know, or we just don't feel like the people in our lives will accept us. If those people don't accept you, find people that do accept you. Those are the people that you need to surround yourself with. Stop saying things like forever, forever after all the end originally exists. So, what does this say over in here? Forever, stop saying things like forever. There's got to be an end anyway. If there's a beginning, I don't want to listen to that. Because let's see what the other lyrics say here. It said, stop talking like forever, forever after all. There is an end. If there's a beginning, I don't want to listen to that. I mean, it is true. There's a beginning, there's an end. I mean, it's not, you know. But, and I mean, that's the way life is like, that's our perception of life. We live, then we die, but we don't know what comes after death, you know? So, I mean, if you're thinking about it in a literal sense of just like our actual perception on the world, then yes, everything has a start and everything has a finish. He said right there, that was part of what I was talking about. Said words that are too correct or not, or too much consolation. I don't want to listen to that. I was just so scared because it seemed like perhaps I had never loved you at all. Ooh, that's a burn. Although it was late, you were true. The only you loved me. He said, although it was late, that you were true, that only you loved me more. So, like, tear, almost like his burden, almost like his guilt, you know, is what he's talking about. I'm going to listen to that one more time. We're going to listen to that verse all the way through. Sorry, guys. This is going to be a long one. That's insane how many people are there, dude. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Okay. So RM's talking about Tear, Suga's talking about Tear, and then I believe this is J Hope. He's talking about Fear. Like that little like back and forth between them was freaking awesome, dude. Like, and just what they talked about, like, oh man. He said, we walk towards the same place, but this place becomes our last. Although we used to talk about forever, now we break each other without mercy. You know, so he's talking about the end of this relationship or the end of, and then in a relationship, I mean, he could be talking about a woman, he could be talking about a man, he could be talking about um, a substance. You know, I mean, there's so many things that you could be talking about. You know, because even with substances, it's almost like relationships. Because like you always, you know, like when you're caught up in it, like it feels like it's gonna be forever. You know, at least that was my experience. So, but like, you know, now we break each other without mercy. Although we thought that we dreamed the same dream, that dream has finally become a dream. So, you know, we dreamed the same things. We thought this was a dream, and it turned out that it was a dream. And as a dream, it went away. Sad. So my heart is torn. Please burn it instead, so that pain and regret, none of that would be left. Just tear my heart out, man, and crush it. Like, have you ever felt like that? Drop that below. I mean, I've been shattered, broken, even. You know, a point where like I just wanted, like, my heart just hurt so bad. I just wanted to tear it out of my chest because like I just didn't want to feel it anymore. You know, it just hurt that bad. You know, and that's yeah. I understand that feeling. You're my tear. You're my tear. You're my fear. You're my fear. That's crazy. Parting to me, a tear, and like he spelled it out, and he said, tears are a luxury. You know, so like almost that like. I mean, have you ever felt like that before? Like you're so sad that like you couldn't even cry. You know, like that's man. The feelings and the stuff that they talk about in this is just bringing me back to those thoughts of just like where being at some of these points, you know, in my life where like, you know, it's just tearing me apart, you know, and yeah, it's insane. No such thing as a beautiful parting. Wow, like that last verse, like dude, Suga killed that shit. Suga's always got that like raw, real, like passionate. I feel like, you know, verse, like, you know, and just what he was talking about, like he's so vivid in talking about like, you know, like you're tearing me apart so much, like you're literally just ripping out my heart, but just do it slowly, like because this makes me feel alive, you know, like it's almost what that felt like he was saying, you know, it's just insane. Just like how much I relate to these guys and just the things that they talk about. No such thing as a beautiful parting. Just get it started now. All goodbyes are ugly. Take it easy. Scoop out my heart slowly. That's right. That's right. Step on the shards of it. Fragments, please. So like he's like almost like a masochist. He's almost enjoying this. Like the, you know, like that's how much that he loved this person, you know, or that's how much he loved this thing, you know, whether it be, like I said, a man, woman, substance, whatever, you know, food, like something, whatever, you know, there's so many things that people, you know, build these relationships, or they build these toxic relationships into with these things, you know. Because like, right, we get comfortable in our misery, you know, when we're at our lowest points, and you know, I need something to help push us to make change, because like we don't make change just on a whim of nothing. Like for me, I have to be very uncomfortable with what I'm doing to want to change some stuff, you know. And I hate the fact that I'm like that, because I wish I could just better myself for the better, you know. And I try to do those things today. I strive to, anyways. But human, I fall short sometimes. And you know, that's like what really draws me to BTS, is just the humanistic side of the band, and just the, you know, not being afraid to show all sides of themselves, to cry, to put their passion into their music, their fears, you know, their anxieties, their stresses, and create something so beautiful and so relatable and so touching, you know, that it can save somebody. That's a crazy thought. Give me a burning heart that's been torn apart. Yeah, he's just asking for it. It's please just kill me. You know, like that's the point where he's at in this, you know, in this toxic relationship, or in this relationship that is tearing him apart. You know, is he's just at a point where it's finally like, just do it already. Not even to leave the ashes behind. Like, burn it so much, you know, like, don't even leave the ashes behind. Just get rid of it. Get rid of me. Wow. This is the real you, and this is the real me, and now we've seen an end, and not even resentment is left. So, like, the masks finally came off. You know, and that's the thing, man. If you're really trying to, like, build a good relationship with someone, like, it's just better to be honest with that person up front. Like, I see so many things, because, like, I watch other reaction channels that do, like, the reactions to like the 90 Day Fiance things and stuff like that, and just like the fact that these people lie to each other so much, and they're like, oh, I didn't want to tell them until I saw them, because I felt like it'd make things different if they saw me first. It's like, no, you thought it would be different if you made them love someone that wasn't exactly you, and then you drop the bomb on them that you're not that person. Like, you know, and that's like, you can't be deceptive and expect something good to grow from a relationship. Honesty is the best policy. I always say stupid little quotes like that, dude, but they're so true. So true. I've woken up from my street dream, and I closed my eyes. This is really you, and this is really me. The reality set in. Just burn it so that none of that pain and regret would be left. Wow. So deep, dude. Yo, Max here. You're my terror. You're my terror. You're my fear. You're my fear. You're my, can I say, you're my. Oh, Sugar singing. Oh. Look at my man letting those tears go, dude. Like, show those emotions, dude, for real. Like men can be sad too. Like, you know, I hate that stigma that like we just have to be just these people that have no emotions, you know, like men have emotions too. For real. Like, you know, and just wow, man, wow. Like just the passion in all these guys' verses, man. I mean, just look at that last part. He said that the answer is fixed, but it's hard to say. Why does it flow? Why does it get torn? There's no use to me. To me, parting is to me only that moment. Flashback, you know, and like he's questioning in his verse, and like because he talks about fear, and like fear is a lot of anxieties and a lot of questions. You know, as someone who suffers from anxiety, like no, fear is a lot of questioning. Like my mind just always is like, but what about? But what about? But why? But what about this? But what, you know, like, and it just eats at me, and you know, I can see the theme of his verse within just the first couple bars because that's how artistic these guys are, you know, and that's how much emotion that they are actually putting into their verse. And it just feels like it gives you such a real, like that sense of real, raw, you know, like uncut emotion. The moment the words left your lips, the moment our focus became irregular. The moment everything was dangerous, our end, it came in two characters. I wish I hadn't cried. I wish it hadn't torn me. That I couldn't say all those things. I have a terminal illness of parting. You know, and he's talking about the regrets, you know, of just, you know, I have a terminal illness of parting. I have a terminal illness of fear, you know, and anxiety. And it eats at me that I can't say the real things that I want to say to you. Like, that's deep because I know the feeling, man. I really know the feeling. I know the feeling of not feeling like I can say things to someone, you know. But luckily, I have a partner in my life that I can say my mind to, you know. And I just have to remember that I can tell her anything, you know. She can tell me anything. And I hope you guys can find that. I really hope you guys can find that, you know. I really hope you do, because, like, it is just so relieving to have that. You're my beginning and my end. That's all my meeting and my parting. You were everything, and moving forward, fear will be repeated. You know, and don't drag those things along with you to the next relationship. You know, that's all I can really say. I know you said that the fear is that it'll keep repeating. And I mean, that is the fear, right? I have that fear every day that, you know, I'm going to tell my partner something and they may hate me, you know, even though that's probably not going to be the case. I still feel that way. You know, and why is that? Because I have told people things about myself and they've hated me. You know, because I have told people things about myself and they've looked at me different. You know, so that was a beautiful song. So beautiful. You know, I really can appreciate them as artists and just putting it all out there like that. And really just being honest, like RM being honest about, you know, being the shitty person in a relationship. That takes a lot of balls, you know. And then Suga, just to put that pain into his verse to where, no, I felt his verse completely. And then J Hope, man, to talk about the fear and the anxiety and the questions. And for that to ring so true for me too. Crazy. Crazy. Their meeting was not random. It was fate that they met each other, and it's a good thing that they did meet each other. I think I'm gonna get a little more into the band on the next couple reactions I do. You guys have been requesting that I do like an introduction to BTS and an introduction to BTS Army and stuff like that. So you got any more videos like that? Drop them down below. Let me know. We'll get into those. You got any other songs that you really want me to hear? Keep them coming, man. I can't wait to get into more of this band. This band is fucking awesome. They've blown me away. The live performance was excellent. The quality was great. Production was great. That song, fire. Fire. It just hit me so hard. So relatable. Yeah. I hope you guys can all find people that you can be yourselves around. And I think you guys have, because I mean, the BTS Army is strong and you guys are a very positive group. And yeah, you guys have been nothing but encouraging to me to continue this journey. And you guys have said some very lovely things, very nice things. And I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, can't wait to get into more with you guys. Love you guys. I hope you guys all have a kick-ass day, kick-ass week, and a kick-ass life. Peace out, my friends.